You have anything clever to say this morning?
Nada. Work, work.
Work, work. All right, we're back. We were just, or I was going over all the documentation and stuff last night for the ECP primer, etc. And then I also went back and revisited my epoxy. Let me get that real quick. So I'd spoken with Wendell on this from the CDEL channel about this DPLV, and I've had this tech sheet since I bought this stuff. And you can see here it says, primer can be recoated at any time up to 1 week. After 1 week, it must be cleaned, sanded, recleaned, and then reapply one additional coat of epoxy primer, which is what I've been doing since day one. So anytime more than 7 days goes, I sand it, put more epoxy down. Wendell went and looked this up and didn't see that anymore. And then I just looked it up last night. Now they've changed this to say, reapply one additional coat of epoxy if you're top coating with EnviroBase base coat, which we're not. So that means we don't have to spray the whole darn car with epoxy, which is good. What is bad is the tech sheet for the ECP15 says 240 grit, and we did the whole thing in 320 grit. Does that matter? I don't know, but since that's going to be a purely mechanical bond, like there's not going to be any chemical bond because we're not putting new epoxy on here, I don't want to risk it. So we're going to go get some 240 discs and resand the whole car again in 240 now. So we have it all in 320 and we're going to take it down to 240. After I post this video, you're all probably going to say, you're an idiot, why'd you do that? But this is really the last day we have a chance to spray it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And if I follow the tech sheets, I should not have any problems. And so I'm just not going to mess it. We even have 220 grit discs, but I don't even want to mess with 220 because it says 240. So we're going to go get some 240, but the first thing we have to do is find any bare metal spots on the car and shoot some epoxy on them so that has time to dry while we're off doing our things. There's not much. So I just need to mix up like an ounce of epoxy or something, like, you know, what's the minimum amount I can mix, and then we'll shoot that on there, and then hit the road, go get some sandpaper.
Picture when you start, and I'll be ahead of you.
Alright, so wherever there was bare metal on the car, we're gonna spot in some epoxy. I dialed the fan all the way in and then one turn out. I'll try and go for a small little patch. As I told Pops, if I pull the trigger back all the way, it's going to make a huge run. So we'll try and do this airbrush style here. We'll see how it goes. Are you doing a before picture?
Huh? Yeah.
About like that. There we go.
All right, so we went around. There were a number of spots that had some bare metal on them. The little airbrush trick worked nice. It came out pretty smooth, except for one spot where I pulled the trigger a little too hard. Yeah, there's a tiny little run right there, but I think it'll be all right. With that setting on where I had the fluid in my normal spot, and that just a hair trigger on that thing, you pull it a millimeter and it shoots too much. So, but anyway, we got all of that, so we can see as we're going around the car here that there's a bunch of mistakes we're going to have to fix. But we want to go ahead and get the 2K primer on it, and we can fix. There's nothing big, just little tiny dings here and there that we didn't fill that we were supposed to. But we'll get them. All right, so we're going to go get some sandpaper. This needs to flash off for 30 minutes. Then we got to sand the car down, mask it, and hopefully get it in paint today. Hopefully. All right, we popped over to Home Depot, and they don't have 240. Nobody has 240. Anyway, so I called Finish Master, and they said use 220. So that's what we're gonna do. So I have a bunch of 220 discs here. I already had those. So we'll go ahead and go over this with 220 now. We're gonna try doing it on the DA with the interface pad and just see if we can bust it out real quick. If not, we'll take it from there.
There's the interface pad. You can see I'm trying to keep it soft. gonna take very long at all.
Is this a R5?
Yeah, I said this isn't gonna take very long at all.
Oh.
It works real well.
Yeah, well. I've been replaced with robots.
Yes, yes you have.
I know it seems like we haven't done anything in a while. But we've been busy. Man, this takes a heck of a lot longer than you would think. Phew. So we masked her all off. As you can see, it's gotten dark in the meantime. So we're gonna close the doors here in a minute and see how it goes. So I'm gonna try, let's see how this works. Got all these openings ready to go here. I'm gonna take the big sheet of plastic and throw it over the car and see if we can just slap it on there and cut out the openings like the pros do. See how that works out. All right, we're gonna give this a try and see how this works. Let's see, which side is up? Paint this side. All right. Yeah, the first few feet of this is kind of dirty, so.
That's what I want to touch the tape, yeah.
Right. So just fold it over on itself. This way. This way. Kind of roll it. Hang on. This portion here.
Get it? Pull the middle tape right up. If you pull that middle tape right up.
No, that's okay. Oh, I forgot to tape this off, or what happened?
Probably lift it up and read.
Yeah, I'll fix it. Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought. There's a couple of places I forgot to tape. Oops. Forgot to run tape along the back here too. Good?
Take a picture of that way, cut it.
Alright. We'll get my razor blade. So I completely forgot to take this A-pillar over here. Completely missed
I'm gonna retape this or try to when you cut through the tape.
it. Yep. Most of this worked. Not all of it, but most of it. Turn the camera off there.
Alright, wish me luck. Never sprayed this stuff before. after 2 coats, bodywork looks. We'll talk about this in a minute. So what happened here, when we put the plastic on, even though I checked it, somehow it ended on there upside down because it was folded. So when I started painting, a bunch of this stuff started blowing off. So I've got chunks of paint after the first coat. So I'm trying to be really careful on the, I got 1 coat left, I'm trying to do 3. Of trying to spray away from that thing and not kick up that stuff. So I'm going to stay off the scale panel here. I just stay away from those areas. That really sucks, but it'll sand out, it's paint. So, but everything else looks really good. I'm super happy. All right, 1 more coat.
shot. Hopefully you could hear what I was saying about the plastic and stuff at the back there. If not, what I was saying was the plastic ended up upside down because it was folded under. So when I was spraying it, all the paint was flaking off and blowing all into the paint. It sucks. Whatever. It's good, as I said. It'll sand out. The body looks just about perfect. It'll be interesting to see when we block it out, but it's down the line there. You can see reflections in the door there. I don't know if you can see that. Shine. Hood looks great. Everything looks great. So the primer, if you put it on a little heavy, it'll stay glossy like that. I don't know if it's going to go away, if that'll flash off eventually. I was doing 24 ounces. That's about all I can fit in my cup. And I did 4 cups of that, I think. 96 ounces, I guess. So it's 3 coats, but I didn't do the hood and the roof twice. I did everything else twice. That's it. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I'm gonna get a shot from the front here. Sorry for the fan noise, but she's all one color, pretty much. We didn't paint the rockers. They actually need a little more work. But that's it. So I'm tired. It is now 9 o'clock. We've been at this since 2 o'clock. Long day, but we got it done. So there you go, 2K. Happy day. Hopefully I don't have any issues with this stuff or adhesion or anything else. Hopefully it all goes well. It sprayed really nice. No complaints. It should sand nice, I hope. But yeah. Anyway, thanks everybody. This is going to do it. We're probably going to take a break now. We're going to let this stuff sit for a couple of weeks before we touch it. So we might not be back to the car for a little while as we let that chill out for a while. But well, we'll see. Maybe we'll come back and do something else. Anyway, thanks again everybody. Appreciate all your help. We'll talk to you in the next one.